January 9th, 2019. And Happy New Year. First transmission of 2019. Donald Trump made a nice speech last night about why we need the border wall. And he did a very nice job. And what was funny is we see how these leftist fucking idiots showed their true colors. Now, if anybody saw the speech from the Oval Office, he was very calm. He laid out his case. And remember, 60 plus million people had voted on this border wall because we know the immigration situation is dire. We cannot keep spending this kind of money processing tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people into our country that don't come back for their court dates that are set 3-4 years down the road. They just don't come back. They disappear into our interior. Then we hear about people being murdered by illegals. They're driving drunk, and sanctuary cities are letting them get away with it. Now, it's funny. I heard one of these moron politicians talk about, I think it was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or whatever the fuck her name is, that wild-eyed fucking knucklehead. Yeah, I'll tell you where I think she should be, and it's not in Congress. She ought to be in a whorehouse sucking dick somewhere. Well, anyway, that's nor here nor there. She's talking about how the illegal aliens, or aliens in general, commit less crimes. But I say it this way: if you're an illegal alien, you committed the crime. So 100% of them are criminals. So you can't say they commit less crimes than the average citizens. That's what she was getting at. But my point is, if they're not here to begin with, then they don't commit any crimes against American citizens. So that blows that argument right out of the water. Now, even the Washington Post said Donald Trump looked presidential and made a good case, and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck E. Cheese humor just sounded like friggin' small little pieces of shit that can't get their way. We want our border security. And that's another thing. You talk out of both sides of their mouth. We're for border security. Of course we're for border security. We're not giving Donald Trump any money for border security. But we're for border security. See, it doesn't make sense. Talking out both sides of their ass, actually. Because they're fucking assholes. These are fucking two of the most miserable pieces of shit I've ever seen. That's right, Schumer. That's right, Pelosi. You are garbage. You are human offal. Your deals with Satan are going to come back and bite you. So, Trump's going to probably declare an emergency, which he is well within his purview. Even as the Constitution says, we are guaranteed, every state is guaranteed a Republican form of government free from invasion. And if you tell me that's not an invasion, what's happening in our southern border, I say you're out of your fucking mind. I don't understand. So if somebody breaks into your house, would you rather the police take them away to be processed and put in jail? Or do you want the police to come and say, well, he broke in, he's going to have to live here while we figure out what to do with him until his court date. And then he can go like up in your attic and disappear. It doesn't make any sense. The people with walls and security, it was like Trump said. We don't want the wall because we hate the people on the other side of it. We want the wall because we love the people on this side of it. And that's the bottom line. Because right now, the amount of people coming over here without assimilation is eroding our culture, eroding our constitutional republic. And that's another thing I want to get into real quick. You got Elizabeth Warren, and you got all these fucking other idiots. They talk about running for president. They're members of Congress and the Senate, and they keep talking about this democracy that Donald Trump is trying to destroy. We are not a fucking democracy. Here are these people in our government want to run for the high office of executive, and they don't even know what fucking system of government they're representing. We're a fucking republic, you idiots. It makes me want to vomit. I've said it before. It drives me up a wall every time I hear an idiot say, our democracy, our democracy. You can take your democracy and shove it up your fucking ass. Because we're not a democracy. We're a republic. We use the democratic process to elect our representatives. Drives me up a fucking wall to no end. Well, anyway, we will have this wall one way or the other. And what I love is the Democratic Party, under the leadership of Schumer and Pelosi, are committing suicide. And I knew it was going to be fun. I told you on the last video. It's going to be a fun ride for the next 2 years. And believe me, I think by 2020, it's going to be time to clean fucking house. You'll see, big time. Alright, that's all I wanted to really talk about is the fucking idiocy the Democrats are committing here. You know, you got moron after moron talking about they're going to impeach him. And they're like, whoa, we just don't like him. We're going to impeach him. He obstructed justice, maybe, by firing the director of the FBI, which he is entirely allowed to do. Because the director of the FBI exists for the pleasure of the president. And he's going to pick one that's going to be worth the shit, and hopefully we'll find out what these Democrats are hiding. Because it seems like Mueller gets within inches of, yeah, we know Democrats did that, but then, oh, go bother this guy over here for some stupid crime. He's staying to the right, and, you know, it's like, you know, he's stepping through landmines, tippy-toeing over all the fucking piles of shit the Democrats left behind. Just trying to get to the little bits and pieces that conservatives or Republicans might have left behind that aren't even illegal, but just little questionable chunks he'll pick up out of the big piles of illegal shit the Democrats left behind. So he's really doing an act here. And I don't think it's going to be much of anything. You watch. The whole facade of the Democrat Party is just going to fall the fuck off real soon. And once we got them without clothes, hopefully we could try them, get some of them in jail for the rest of their fucking stinking miserable lives, and hopefully get to fucking hang a few. That would be great. Talk about stupid impeachments, which he hasn't done anything to be impeached for. I'd like to see some real crimes get prosecuted the Democrats have committed. So, let's feast on that for a little while and hope for the best. And the wall's going to get built. Just give it a little more time. I think Trump is going to get the military to build it. And once the military builds it, the Democrats got no bargaining chip at all. I'll tell you what, and one last thing. How stupid does Chuck Schumer think we fucking are? Telling Trump, just open the government and we'll negotiate, you know, the border wall and all this other stuff. He's already saying no to what he wants. So why would you open the fucking government? You know, it's the Democrats do this now for us and we'll fuck you later. They did it to Reagan. He says one of the things he regretted the most. Simpson Mazzoli. Yeah, we'll give you the amnesty now, but you're going to promise to build that wall. Get some border security going. Never fucking did. Democrats fucked Reagan, and he regretted it. So, I don't think Trump's going to let that happen a second time. You know what it is, Schumer? Give him the fucking funding for his wall like he and the citizens demand. And then maybe we'll open the government. I do feel bad for these people going this long without working. Except for the TSA, of course. I don't think that is constitutional, and I'd like to see them go away altogether. So the more that do not show up, the better. And I'd like to see a day when none of them show up. So, longer the government stays closed, the more likely that could happen. And they're going to either ban flying altogether, or they're going to have to trust us and let us get on the airplane without having our nuts grumped. Yeah, grump my nut, motherfucker, right here, you TSA cocksucker. Well, that's... You got a world of shit happening. I think Trump's going to start swinging a 400-pound hammer. And at least I hope he does. These fucking morons. And another thing that makes me laugh is how Schumer says Trump's not looking very presidential. What the fuck does he know, a 2-bit fucking senator, know about being presidential? Fucking you don't know shit. I'll tell you what, man, he wears his fucking eyeglasses so far down his nose, if they stuck out any farther, they'd be resting on his fucking cock. And another thing, that asshole Jim Acosta. Boy, I'll tell you what, that guy has fucking blowjob envy. He wants to blow Donald Trump something fierce. Talking about, well, Donald Trump told the truth. Well, he told the truth. Going to, what's her name? Conway. Katie Conway. I forget her first name, but she's one of the Trump people. And she said, no, will you tell the truth? You fucking CNN's always fucking having to retract shit for lying and telling false stories and bullshit. And what does he do after the speech? Talking about how he said all Mexicans were drug dealers and murderers, which was never said. I still dare anyone to bring up any audio or video of Donald Trump saying all Mexicans were rapists and murderers. I challenge you. And he said it tonight, and he also talked about how Donald Trump was banging on his desk having a tantrum. He was cool and calm, and he stated his case and made a lot of sense, and I think he brought a lot of people that maybe wasn't so pervy to the wall. I think he brought some people to his side that weren't on his side before. While the Democrats are making jerk-offs out of themselves, which isn't very hard, because they're jerk-offs anyway, but they're making bigger jerk-offs out of themselves. So, that's all I got to say for now, which is pretty much a mouthful. You guys have a good one, and we'll meet up in a couple days, hopefully, and we'll see how things are turning out. Have a good day, everybody. Retake that liberty.